You're 12. You still sleep with a wooden doll your mother carved for you. By sunset, you won't have it anymore. Because tonight, your father loses a war, and you're the payment. You don't see the battlefield. You don't hear the final scream. All you hear is silence, the kind that hangs heavy in palace halls when everyone knows something went wrong. Your father doesn't look at you during dinner. He stares at the table, hands shaking. A messenger stands nearby, armor still stained. You're told to pack, not clothes, not toys, just dignity. Because tomorrow you leave for the enemy capital, not as a guest, as insurance. You are now a royal hostage, which sounds elegant until you realize what it means. You are leverage. If your father rebels again, you die. The journey takes weeks. Every mile feels like your name dissolving. When you arrive, the palace is beautiful. Too beautiful. Polished marble floors, silk curtains, servants who bow. You're given a room bigger than your entire childhood home. A balcony, fresh fruit, perfume. It feels generous. It isn't. 2 guards outside your door. Always. You're allowed to walk the gardens, never alone. You're allowed to write letters. They're read first. You're treated like royalty, but you're not royal here. You're a reminder, a living threat. You attend royal dinners. You smile. You laugh softly at jokes you don't understand. You learn their language, their customs, their gods. Because blending in is survival. You notice how the queen watches you, not with hatred, with calculation. You are a political tool, but tools can become weapons, and that makes you dangerous. One night, you overhear servants whispering, another kingdom rebelled. They're hostage, executed at dawn. No trial, no ceremony, just a message. You stop sleeping after that. The enemy king has a son, only a few years older than you. At first he ignores you, then he studies you, then he speaks to you. He asks about your homeland, your customs, your favorite food. It feels almost normal, almost human. And that's the dangerous part. Because when a hostage starts to matter, things get complicated. You grow closer. Too close. The court notices. The queen notices. Your father hears rumors. And suddenly, you're no longer just leverage. You're a liability. A letter arrives. Your homeland is mobilizing troops. The treaty is cracking. You see the shift instantly. The smiles grow thin. The guards double. The prince stops visiting your room. You understand something now. You were never here to live. You were here to die if necessary. That night, you press your forehead against the cold stone wall. You whisper your mother's name. You wonder if she knows what she agreed to, because that's the part they never told you. Your father didn't just lose the war. He signed you away, willingly. Instead of execution, something unexpected happens. The king makes an offer. Marriage. You. To the prince. Unite the kingdoms. End the threat. You're 14. You don't get to say no. Marriage isn't romance here. It's strategy. If you accept, you stop being a hostage. You become a bridge. If you refuse, you remain expendable. You look at the prince. He looks almost apologetic. Almost. You nod, because survival doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it looks like surrender. The wedding is magnificent. Gold everywhere. Crowds cheering. You smile like you're not thinking about home. Like you didn't just trade one cage for another. You are now queen. Technically. But when decisions are made, you're excluded. When councils gather, you're not invited. Because no one forgets what you were. A hostage. Trust doesn't come with a crown. Years pass. You have a son. Half your blood. Half theirs. Now the court is divided. Is he one of us or one of them? You realize something terrifying. You didn't escape the hostage role. You passed it on. War breaks out again. This time, it's your homeland, attacking. Your birth country. Your childhood streets. Your father is dead now. Your brother leads the army. And your son stands between two legacies. If your homeland wins, you're a traitor. If this kingdom wins, you're still foreign. You are always the outsider. The prince, now king, asks you a question. If it comes down to it, where does your loyalty lie? You don't answer, because there is no safe answer. History might record your name as queen, as diplomat, as symbol of peace. But history won't record the nights you lay awake, wondering if tomorrow would bring war, or execution, or betrayal. You were born a princess, raised as a hostage, crowned as a queen, but never once were you free. Because the truth is simple. In ancient politics, royal blood didn't protect you. It priced you, and you were always worth exactly one treaty.